Welcome to the Bondi Scrapper channel. Another episode of going to the scrapyard. How good is that? Before we talk about scrap and going to the scrapyards, I've just had a look. 199 subscribers. I'm sure that by the time this video is posted there'll be 200, and I would like to thank each and every one of you subscribers for getting on the bus with me, coming along on this, let's use inverted commas, journey with me, and just seeing how much scrap we can pick up off the side of the road and dumpsters and here, there and everywhere and get donated by your kids and who knows what, and save it from landfill and get it back into that manufacturing stream. And wow, the more I read about current supply chain issues, the more I think what a great thing it is, and I can only see scrap prices going higher. Yesterday I was reading that BMW has notified all their buyers to buy up big on aluminium because there is going to be an aluminium shortage next year. So that's only 3 months away next year, and that's going to be interesting to see because, wow, aluminium's at an all-time high at the moment as far as I'm concerned, and yeah, it appears to only go higher. Copper the same. I think I mentioned in another video that a buddy of mine who researches these things reckons that there is going to be no more copper mines than what we've already got because they found them all. That may or may not be true, I don't know, but he's a pretty cluey guy, so I can only believe him. So good times if you're a scrapper and like doing a bit of scrap metal. And of course then that puts the conundrum, do you take it to the scrapyard now or do you keep it until next year? Well, look at this pile of scrap, and I think we need to take as much as we can when we can. So today what I am going to take, and again thank you 199 subscribers, and thank you for the potential one subscriber that's coming up to hit 200. But today, yeah, what are we going to take to the scrapyard? Well, the laundry tub is full of low-grade insulated copper wire, so I think we'll take that. There is a sump pump out of the sumps for my car park basement. There's that one and another one. One of them has been dead for 3 years and been just sitting in the corner. The other one died a few weeks back. We had it changed, and would you believe they are... Well, they're the cheap ones in there, and apparently they're $700 each, and then we got some $1,100 each ones put in. So yeah, sump pumps, not cheap, especially when you're in a strata apartment complex and they like to add a bit extra every time they do work for you. So they'll go in, they should go in as electric motors, I assume. More electric motors there, so we'll take all the electric motors just because we've got a few of them. And I think we might take 1, 2, 3, 4 fridge compressors, which I think are getting, I don't know, about 70 cents each at the moment. And I'm guessing that we have got, let's see, 8 and 8, let's say 30, maybe 35 kilos of fridge compressors. Let's call it 30 kilos, so that's going to give us about $25, I guess. That'll be alright. I'm guessing, I always overguess the low-grade insulated, I'm guessing that there's probably 20 kilos there. Maybe not, but 20 kilos, so that'll give us $80. Did I do this last time? I said we'd get $80 and we got about 40. Who knows? These sump pumps and electric motors, the electric motors, now there is a good 10, 20, 30 kilos there at $1 a kilo. I think they were the last time we looked. So $30 there. Steel, well, always got to take some steel, and we've got that bit of shred there, not much, which is good. We've got that microwave there that I've got to button up. We've got, hiding under here in the box that has to go upstairs, hiding under there, we've got an old distribution board which I've stripped out. So we'll take that. And take this little, that there, we'll probably put that inside the distribution board box, but we'll just take as much of that as we can. Now, in terms of money earners, what do we take? How about we take some burnt copper? I think we might take some of that. Now let's go and have a look out the back of my in the other part of the car park, see what we can take from there. So out here in the car park we've got steel, and that's from some steel framing. I've got some four of us in this apartment block have got renovations happening at the moment, where we're turning a storeroom into a bedroom, which means lifting a roof, which means new framework all around and new roof. And so the builder said, do you want this scrap, rather than me send it off to the tip? And I said, yeah, I'll take this bit of scrap metal. So we've got that. He also gave me some aluminium windows, which I pulled to pieces, so we've got a whole heap of extruded aluminium. So, you know, there's probably half steel and half aluminium there. Oh, and here's an interesting bit. There's a new Bondi scrapper vehicle. Yep, I delved into the piggy bank. I don't make my money out of scrapping. That's just a hobby, even though it's supposedly a business. But I do get paid for doing real work elsewhere, kind of. And look, I needed a four-wheel drive, and I was going to buy an SUV, an all-wheel drive SUV, and look, I'm just infamous for under-speccing my vehicles, and so in the end I just went, nah, what the hell, I will buy a real four-wheel drive. So here we are with a Mitsubishi Pajero Sport. It's based on a Mitsubishi Triton Ute, and but it's got some extra things. So it's got it's got the same engine, 2.4 litre diesel. It's got an 8-speed automatic instead of a 6-speed. It's got disc brakes on the rear instead of drum brakes. This is the top of the line model, and it's not a new car. It's a new car for me. It's used. It's a 2016 model. It's got 100 and something thousand kilometres on it. Buying cars in Australia at the moment is a wee bit of a nightmare, and I'm sure it is in many other places, because again, supply problems. But yeah, it's driving it around town, a bit clunky. I'm sure it's going to be great once we start going camping and things like that. So happy days, new Bondi scrapper vehicle. Poor old Skoda's there still. It needs a wash, it needs to be tidied up, put up for sale. If anyone wants to buy a Skoda Octavia that has been looked after pretty much, although the air conditioner doesn't work because I can't fix an air conditioner, and I've been quoted about $1,000 to do that, which I should send it off and get it done. And the hood lining's collapsed, so hood lining's collapsed, so there we are. We've got the Arabian Nights hood lining there hanging down, and yeah, but the old Skoda's up for sale, or it will be. So if you want to buy a Skoda, I'm your man. It's a good car. It's been great. 13 years old, 204,000 kilometres, and a much better vehicle than what I expected it to be. And boy, is it quick compared to the diesel. Anyway, let's go and have a look and see if we can find more scrap. So the builder's already also dumped this in here, which I think is all steel. There might be a little bit of aluminium hiding in there, but pretty much all steel. And he said grab this little bit in the tub here, so I'll go and get a cardboard box and grab that. And there's some actual stuff up on the up where we're building. So I'm going to kind of load the car up. I'm going to turn you guys off, and when we're loaded up, I'll come back. Well, that took a hell of a lot longer than what I was expecting, but I think I've got a hell of a lot more scrap than what I thought. So hiding over here, lots of extruded aluminium, of both the clean and the, let's call it the dirty kind. I think my yard just call it irony aluminium, even if it hasn't got iron in it. But it's aluminium that's got, you know, bits of rubbish on it. So lots of celastic, maybe some rivets and things like that. Hiding in that box there is some extruded aluminium, if I remember rightly. I can't even remember what I put in the box underneath it that is falling to pieces, but I think, no, I don't even think. I can't think. Let's go around the back so that we can actually see something. Have a look at that. We are chock-a-block. You know, we've got steel, we've got fridge compressors ×4, we've got a microwave full of nuts and bolts and various bits of metal bearing items. What was the other thing that I picked up? Electric motors. We've got the electric motors up there somewhere hiding. We've got the extruded aluminium, plenty of it. That's going to be a good money spinner. That's always heavier than what I expect. And we've got an absolute, well, we've got a carload of steel. But I've got a clean courtyard, and I think my builder will be happy too, because he doesn't have to send it to landfill, so that's okay. As you can see, I've thrown a bit of carpet on the top there, so that if the load moves from side to side, it doesn't go trashing the interior. I think the car, you know, being a week and a half in my hands, if I trash it after that, it is a little bit disrespectful to the motor vehicle. And finally, we have here burnt copper. It took me a while to find where I'd put my scales. I put them in a safe place, as I like to call it, which means that I can't find them. But 10 kilos of burnt copper there. So just thinking about the whole, what's this going to bring in? Well, I guess to start with, how much are we keeping out of landfill? I think this is going to be at least a 300 kilo load. So I'm betting on 320 kilos, and hey, why don't you leave a comment down below right now how many you think it is before we get to the scrapyard, before we do the wrap up at the end, where we've got the prices and how many kilos we did. Money wise, well, 10 kilos there, that's $100. I think there's another $40 worth of extruded aluminium there, so that's 140. I think there's another $30 worth of compressors there, so that's 170. I think electric motors are going to bring in another 30, so that's 200. And I think the steel. So I think there's going to be 150 kilos of steel there. So I don't know, I guess we're looking at a $250 load, I suppose. 250, maybe 300 if we're lucky, if it's a good day for me. Anyway, who knows? But let's get this boot lid closed. Let's take a still photo for the thumbnail, and you know, happy days, whatever it is, because we've moved all that out of my my little workshop in my courtyard. Not that you'd notice. We are back, and that was a very successful visit to the scrap metal yard. Hit the camera with my finger. Aluminium extrusion, $2.45 a kilo. That's down a bit since 2 weeks ago, I think it was, when I was last at the scrapyard. In fact, it's down 35 cents, or 13%. But we had 30 kilos of it, and that gave me $73.50. So that was pretty good. Although I had to work for that, I pulled apart quite a few windows, which took a bit of time. But as my builder said, well, I'll just be putting it into landfill, mate, because he's a good builder, nice guy. But unfortunately, recycling in Australia is not what it should be or could be for a very advanced country and one of the richest countries in the world, so to speak. What else we got here? Aluminium extrusion irony, which was all bits of aluminium extrusion that had celastic and stuff on it that I couldn't be bothered cleaning up. It was just going to be too much like hard work. $1.65 a kilogram. I had 4 kilograms, gave me $6.80. $6.60. Wow, this camera's not focusing too well. Yeah, $6.60 there, and $1.65 a kilo was also down 35 cents or 17% less than what it was a couple of weeks back. Burnt copper, $10.50 a kilo. That's no change. That's still the same as what it was a couple of weeks back. I must have misweighed something. I know I found a couple of bits of wire on the floor after I'd kind of weighed everything up, and I threw them in with it. Anyway, I got 11 kilos there. I thought I had 10, but obviously not. I've misweighed something or miscounted, but 11 kilos, $10.50 a kilo, $115.50. I knew that would be a money spinner. Copper insulated attachment wire. That is low-grade wire, and you can leave the little connectors on there and clips and stuff like that. I even had a wiring loom in there out of a motor vehicle. I'd ripped the big thick copper cable out of it, and it was just all the little stuff and all the little bits that plug into fuel injectors and whatever else they have to plug into. $2.55 a kilo for that. That's up 20 cents a kilo since the last time I put in some attachment wire, which was probably September. So that's up about 8%. I had 9 kilos, $22.95, just for lots of telephone wire and Cat 5 and Cat 6 cable and things like that. The fridge compressors, 65 cents a kilo. That's down 5 cents since a few weeks back, or about 7%. I had 43 kilos of those devils, $27.95. That's pretty damn good, I reckon. Electric motors, they're a neat $1 a kilo at the moment, which is fantastic. That's up 5%, which is up 5 cents, which is 5%. And I had 40 kilos of them, which gave me a neat $40. So excellent work there. And last but not least, our shred steel, or they call it light gauge number 1, $280 a tonne. That's 28 cents a kilo. That's up 4 cents a kilo since the last time I was there 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, something like that. And that means it's up 16%. Very odd, because iron ore is currently at $85 a tonne. Look at that. There we go. So, or $84.50 a tonne US. And I mean, only back in July it was bopping around the $225 a tonne mark. So how can the price of iron ore be coming down while the price of recyclable steel is going up? That to me is a bit of an odd one. But anyway, here we are. Didn't have as much of that as what I thought. There was 91 kilos there. So not the 150 odd that I thought was there. It must have just felt like 150 kilos. But $2.80 a tonne, 28 cents a kilo, gave me $25.48. And you can't complain about that. So a little bit of taken off for waste recovery charge. In other words, for all the junk that's in there. Only 80 cents, I think it was. And 228 kilos all up, so I think I said about 250, didn't I? I thought it was more than 200 kilos in there. And a very, very nice $311.18. So we're consistently, over the last 3, 4, maybe even 5 trips to the scrap metal yard, we're consistently getting over $300, and that's a good thing. Anyway, I hope everyone else is out there getting good money for their scrap metal, because I know that it's probably mostly scrappers that watch this channel. And I welcome subscriber number 200, which I'm sure will be there by the time this is published tomorrow. And thanks for watching. You have a great day, people, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.